morning, YouTube. Thought I'd do a video on my way to work. I'm gonna get back into these. So Bill's blend. It's a Country Squire aromatic. It's fantastic. In a nice, of course, Missouri Meerschaum with Ferguson. So we're going to do a VR response to Chad Yardism, our good friend, as well as Curmudgeon Piper. So Chad had posted a video where he wanted to talk about semaphores. And you may or may not know, but semaphores are a way of communicating with flags. Was very popular in the older days of the U.S. Navy, which hits near my heart. It was a great way to communicate. Kind of almost like a Morse code with flags in a roundabout way. I was watching Chad speak about this. It was very interesting stuff. And then I turned over to Curmudgeon, and I don't know if he's got earwax in his ears or dessert on the brain, or if he just can't hear, or if he just doesn't care, or a combination of all those four. But Curmudgeon wanted to talk about and thought Chad had said pedophores. Now, Curmudgeon, you need to go back and watch Chad's video because it was clear he was talking about semaphores, not pedophores. Now, pedophores, you know, I've hung out with Curmudgeon a few times. Good guy. You know, never once has he offered me a piece of cake. So there's that. But then he wants to talk about pedophores. Little tea cakes with little weirdo designs on them. Folks, if I come to your house and we're having dinner or whatever, especially if I bring a nice bottle of wine or whiskey, and you serve me pedophores, even chocolate pedophores, there's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem. So, I don't know how or why Curmudgeon, his brain went to pedophores. I don't know if it's the dainty little stuff that they decorate these little cakes with. I can see that. You know, he's kind of a dainty feller, Curmudgeon.
Continue
you guys might not know
for
that.
20 minutes to Old Creedmoor Road.
He's a dainty guy. Some would call him a fancy guy. He doesn't portray that on his elbow shots and all that, but get to know him. You know, I could see him in his kitchen cooking pedophores. That's how I knew about him. I had never heard of a pedophore. I suspect a lot of people hadn't. I mean, who's going to serve somebody a little dinky cake? I mean, come on, man. Again, if I come to your house, I'm looking for some substance. It's a big piece of cake. Chocolate preferred. But anyhow, enough about Curmudgeon and pedophores and how he likes to decorate them and bake them. That's his business. But Chad, thank you for raising awareness to semaphores. You know, it's really a lost art to communicate with flags. You know, if one were to learn how to communicate with flags and communicate with Morse code, that's valuable stuff. Very valuable stuff. and it might be a skill worth learning, because as we all know, at some point or another, an enemy, whether foreign or domestic, is going to shut down our grids, to include cell phones and electricity and everything else. So we're going to need a way to communicate with our neighbors and with others, right? And semaphores may be that way. Maybe that way. So Chad, you might be onto something, brother. Pedophores. Just ridiculous. Again, if you have time to bake dainty cakes, and I know he said, he liked the honey cinnamon or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. But if your focus is on dainty cakes, as opposed to semaphores like the rest of us, and figuring out how we can leverage semaphores in case of a foreign or domestic attack, what are you going to do, Curmudgeon, when people come over and invade your house? Oh, here's a pedophore. Don't take my gold and silver here. Here's a pedophore. Well, if you would have learned semaphores, your neighbors could have told you that there were, bandits in the area. You could have been a little bit more prepared, other than serving them a tray of pedophores. I don't get it. Anyhow, I've rambled enough. Good to be back. I don't know that I'm back, but I'm back. It's good to be back. I'll be back. Let's all take some time today and learn a new skill. Learn semaphore. Learn how to communicate with flags. It just might save your life in the upcoming national crisis we have. Chad, again, thank you for raising awareness to this. I appreciate you, brother. I hadn't talked to you in a minute, but this was good stuff. We don't discuss semaphores often enough. And I don't know anybody that discusses pedophores except for Curmudgeon. All right, guys, take care of yourselves. I'm going to enjoy this Bill's blend. If you like Squire Aromatics, get you an ounce or so of this. See what you think. Take care. Stay safe. Pay it forward if you get the chance. And for heaven's sakes, wash your damn hands. And if you go to Curmudgeon's and he offers you a pedophore, I would look for a hair in the cake. Thanks again, Chad. Curmudgeon, unclog your ears. Buckeye Piper, I'm out.